Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so you are scrolling through your Instagram feed or you're taking a wander through stories just innocently, and then you see it. You see this but ugly approach, dilution, devastation to the design work that you've done. It's so offensive. It's offending you on all levels, and your beautiful client is responsible. They are the ones that have posted it. So what happened? What happened? How did that happen? How did they not get the design memo that they cannot do that to their brand?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's upsetting on so many levels, isn't it? Because it's like it's embarrassing to you. It's like, oh my God, what if people think I did that? Oh no.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
My first thought with all of my design clients in the past has been, what have they done, and will people think that I did it? Total ego trip. Total ego trip. I know. But it's like my whole design business, my whole reputation is on the line if people think that I am responsible for producing work like that. So straight away I go there. I'm like, oh no, I have to fix this. I have to fix my business's reputation because I can't have that out there. You know, it's terrible.
Oh, look, we've had it happen so many times just over the many years that we've been designing. So, because Donna and I have been designing for decades, so we, drive past a business and there's a god awful sign, or like you're just checking emails innocently. And usually it's like just before bedtime or sometime when you're not supposed to be checking email, and you're like, what? What is
and that just
thing?
sets you off into insomnia.
Yeah.
Like, I can't cope. Yeah, totally. Do not check emails just before bed.
Yes, that's right. So you're worried about yourself and your reputation, but you are worried about them as well, and their brand, and the dilution of their investment, and the fact that they're not getting it as well, that it could hinder their growth, that it could confuse their audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Confusion's a big thing. So, like I said, egotistically, I go straight to, oh my goodness, will people think it's me? And the second thing I go to is, no, all that hard work, all the money that the client has invested in, it's being wasted. It's being diluted. They're really compromising their message. So straight away, I think they're wasting their money. They're wasting all of that precious groundwork that has been done to get them and their brand to where it is today. And it's almost like you're just happy to just throw it away. So yeah, it's scary and has to be corrected, but you have to be gentle and you have to tread lightly, because these decisions can be really innocent. They don't really intend to dilute their brand, and often when they find out that they are, they're horrified and they want to correct it. So there are usually some things that are happening when you see this, and so be prepared to sort of gently bring them back into line. Be the design police and just let them know, hey, come back over this way. Your focus is this way.
We talked about being the design police in episode 46, where we talk about design boundaries, and check that out if you haven't looked at our entire boundary setting series. We've got 4 episodes, and we love the idea of the design police. It sort of cracks us up. You're getting in there, like, making sure that nobody's doing the wrong thing, making sure that
tapping them on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oi,
excuse
what
me.
Are you done?
Oi, what are you doing?
So what do you do? How do you broach the subject? What do you do? Well, it does actually require some bravery. It is a brave step that you have to take, but we know that you can do it. And you have to reach out to them. You have to talk to them.
Yeah, you have to ask them. What exactly was your intention? Yeah. Have that conversation really gently, but you will have a relationship with these clients. You will have worked on their beautiful brand. You will have some insight into how they think and what they do. And so the conversation needs to just match where they are at with regard to their communication style. But regardless of that, it has to happen. There has to be some communication, and you have to ask the question. Yeah.
Yeah. So was it intentional on their part? Are they going on a brand direction change that you don't know about? What was their thought process behind it?
Yeah, tell me about it. It's that conversation. I see you've made this change. Do you want to tell me about it? What did you have in mind with that? What were you hoping to achieve with that? What were your objectives for that? So always bringing it back to that beautiful intention that we as designers have whenever we design a solution. We want to understand what their intention was for this change or sudden shift in their branding.
Yeah, there's a few different reasons why this will be happening. One of the reasons is that you haven't been in communication with them enough over the past little while. You might not be reaching out regularly. They may have just forgotten about you, as awful as that
out
sounds.
of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they think that they have to solve this problem all on their own, which could be another reason it's happening. It could be a panic-stricken, knee-jerk reaction. They're being reactive to a situation that happened, and so that they think that their timing is really tight and they've just got to do it and they've got to get it done. And you haven't been in their inbox or in their DMs and communicating with them, so they don't even think that you would be a solution to this problem. They think they've got to solve this problem themselves, so they just go for it. They just get in a little bit panicked and create something. And that can be dangerous because they're coming from that really turbulent, emotional, knee-jerk reaction state rather than a really considered, getting out ahead of it and understanding what they need to do. So often those decisions that are made on the fly like that, bottom line is they're just not considered. They're not taking into consideration their brand as a whole. They're just responding to that one thing that they've done, that one little problem that they have to solve immediately. It's got to happen right now. So I'll just do something right now. I'll DIY this thing and I'm going to get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you've got really overwhelmed and busy clients, they don't have time to contact you. They don't have time to reach out to talk about this project. So that's why we're always encouraging our designers, our one-to-one clients and our academy students to reach out, be consistent with your communication, because you need to be front of mind and you need to be the solution for when these things pop up. Because you never know, the client might have had a really tight deadline on something and they might have worked on it themselves at 11 p.m. one night just because they felt like they had to get it out the door.
Yeah.
And they've left it to the last minute and they're desperate for it.
Yeah. And at 11 p.m. they're not going to reach out to you.
No.
They're just going to get it done, you know. And the other thing that could happen is they just don't want to bother you because they are so busy. They assume you are so busy. So they're like, oh, no, this is a really quick thing. It's just one little thing. It's just one little thing that I've got to do. I'm just going to get it done. Or it might be a social media campaign. It might be an ad. It might be something that they think, I'll just do this one thing and I won't bother my designer. So that regular correspondence and communication with your client, assuring them that you want to be bothered. Yes, please bother me. I'm here to be bothered. I want you to bother me is what we want to say to our clients with that regular communication.
Especially with those beautiful ongoing repeat clients, because you never know what impression you are projecting on social media. You might be projecting an impression of being very busy, very booked out. So they might assume, oh, they're too busy for this little project. But this is the kind of work that both Donna and I have loved and embraced, that ongoing regularity, those beautiful ongoing clients. They've been so wonderful in providing stability for our business.
Yeah, we absolutely love those retainer clients, those monthly recurring revenue relationships that we have with clients where they can come to us for all the little things. We want them to come to us for all the little things because all of the little things point to the big picture. And it's the big picture we want to protect and make sure it maintains the integrity of their intention and their objectives for their brand. So all the little things count and we want to be available for that.
Yeah, and just hearing you talk about that, Don, it's like maybe these clients don't know about the importance of branding. Maybe they don't know about the importance of all the little things. It's all the little touch points as well that build up a brand and help to create growth in a company. So maybe they just need a little bit of educating as well.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah. It could be a cost thing as well, that they feel like, oh, I can't afford to invest in everything for my business. All these little things, they add up. But the question that Chris and I would like to ask is, what is it costing you if you don't? What is it costing your brand if you dilute it? So it's important, again, to educate your clients on the value so they get comfortable with investing in all the things and not just the big ticket items.
Yeah, you just need to point it out to them and point it out on repeat. Clients need reminders and consistent education. Honestly, your audience does. Even if you think everybody's talking about it, if you're not talking about it, your particular desired audience isn't finding out about it. So make sure that you're talking about this on your socials and in blog posts and all that sort of thing.
And have the conversation with your client on a regular basis that says to them that their brand is working. Validate to them the success of their brand. Point it out to them, because often they don't really get it. They don't understand, oh yes, I've got a good logo and my colours palette's working on my socials, and look for ways to actually show evidence to them that it's working. So then they can see the value. We see the value, we understand the value, we're educated in how to actually extract that out for our clients. But that regular conversation and validation, look at how wonderful this is. Look at how this has elevated in your business. Look at how your business model as a whole has elevated. Whatever it may be, look out for clues and validation so that you can highlight that for your client to let them know, look, it's working. You've got this beautiful brand and it's strong, and we want to maintain that. We want to keep it that way.
Point it out to them. Point out what exactly has gone wrong with the branding as well, and why it is not elevated anymore, because they might not really understand that as well. So just say they've done a layout in Canva and they've just got all the spacing wrong, or the font size is really off, or there's terrible tracking, terrible spacing. There's just issues, and you can see it as clear as anything. But that is harder for the client to perceive, and it's harder for them to understand that their consumers can see it too. They don't articulate it in their minds. They're not going to be able to express it and say it out loud, but they can feel it and they can see it. They'll get the impression that, oh, something's a bit off there. It's a bit dodgy. It's a bit lower end.
Yeah, or the messaging might be wrong. They might rush their messaging. They might not really consider it. And that could be something that really is diluting the brand overall. It could be multifaceted.
Yeah, and it could be just that they're using a completely different tone of voice that they've never used before, or some kind of language that's really odd for their brand, which causes market confusion.
That's the key, Chris, market confusion. That's what happens when we are not consistent at every touch point. And it'll be a little erosion of trust as well for their clients. They'll look at something, or they'll be completely engaged with this particular brand. They will be all in. They are a dream customer for this client. And then these funny little things will pop up and they'll be like, that doesn't feel right. And all of a sudden that trust is eroded little bit by little bit by little bit. So really highlighting the importance of a cohesive and consistent branding and message to your clients will really get them to understand that it's important that all the touch points are considered and are accurate and on brand.
So talk about these ideas with your community. I know as designers in our industry, we're seeing a lot of this, but your audience is most likely not seeing it. They're new concepts to them. So make sure that you are creating that concept so that you can build up that impression of being the trusted professional, the person to respect in all matters of this, because you are the design police.
Yeah, that's it. You are the authority.
You are the authority. That's it.
In the nicest, most gentle way.
That's right.
With lots of respect. It can be a really respectful, like by now, we're nearly 50 podcasts in. You know that first and foremost for Chris and I, we are respectful. And we really treasure kindness and a conversation that can be had where it's a beautiful exchange where nobody feels less than. So it's important to take these really tricky conversations on that do require bravery and courage with kindness. Be kind about it, because they might not know that they are actually diluting the brand or completely stuffing up, depending on how you'd like to see it. They might not know that. So be gentle and be kind and just pull them back, pull their focus back this way, and with the strategies that we've outlined,
So we did say before, it does take courage. It does take a lot of bravery to point this out and to do it in a caring way that the client is actually going to hear what you're saying as well. But if you don't do anything, if you ignore this issue and you're just pulling the blanket up over your head and going, no, I can't deal with this, well, then you might be missing opportunities as well, because this could lead into extra work for you. This could lead into more projects. Open up the door, open up the conversation to this and to see what comes of it. But be brave.
Be brave. Yeah.
Like, we know we're often asking you to be incredibly courageous.
Yes. It's a big part of business, isn't it, though, Chris? I think you are already innately courageous if you are running your own business.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you. And that tells us that we know you can be courageous. We know you've got this. You can do it.
Yeah. I wanted to read out a beautiful quote on courage from Brené Brown, because it's just so beautiful and it speaks to the way that we love to operate a business as well. So you all know Brené Brown by now, right? She's just amazing. So check her out. Courage is a heart word. The root of the word courage is cor, the Latin word for heart. In its earliest forms, the word courage meant to speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. So speak up, beautiful, brave souls.
I love
You've got
Brené
this.
Brown. That's such a beautiful quote. Yeah, you have got this, beautiful souls. You really do. Protect your business and protect your client's business, and it will be a win-win for both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with it.
Okay.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.